right, moving forward, in Uganda, the central bank today lowers the country's headline interest rate by 25 basis points to 14.25%, and that's the first time in 5 years. The monetary policy decision reflects the decline in inflation, seen at around 11.9% last month, buoyed by the rising copper prices, which also raises investors' appetite for stocks on the Lusaka Stock Exchange. Let's get more from the central bank governor, Dr. Denny Kalyalya'S.
Took into account that inflation has declined further in the third quarter, and the projections indicate a faster deceleration towards the lower bound of the 6 to 8% target band over the forecast horizon. The committee was also mindful that inflation still remains above the target band, and market expectations of inflation, although lower this time, remain elevated. So now let's see what exactly we are talking about, inflation decelerating. So what we observed is that the downward trajectory in inflation accelerated in the third quarter, with inflation declining to 12.3% in September from 14.1% in June. Go for more information here on table 1. This is the usual table that we share. It's divided in 2 parts, as you may recall. The first part, the upper part, is average, and the lower part, we are talking of the end period figures. So if you look at the upper part, overall inflation declined from 15.3% in the second quarter to 12.6% in the third quarter. Food inflation, which is a major component of this overall inflation, also declined from 17.7% to 14.9%. Equally, non-food inflation declined from 11.8% to 9.3%. These are average figures, but annual numbers. Then when we look at the end period numbers, the overall inflation also declined from 14.1% at the end of the second quarter, which was June, to 12.3% in September, and food inflation declined from 16.7% to 14.6%. Non-food got even into single digits from 10.3% to 9%. Now, in terms of the contributions to this inflation that we are reporting on, there are 2 aspects, as I indicated. You have the food side and the non-food. So the left panel on this slide is showing inflation, the contribution of food inflation. I think what you see here, which is what I'll come back to, is that there's a bit of stickiness. We had expected that the food inflation would fall down much faster, but that wasn't to be so. Now, one of the sticky areas we note, as you see from the chart there, is the vegetables. That dark, you have blue, and in between is there.